What is up, Rito Tribe? It's time for another episode of BIZATHON number 4. Now, this is episode number 9, and in this episode, I want to talk about one of the most asked questions on my channel, which is about Shopify apps. Now, a lot of people don't think a lot about Shopify apps, they just keep installing. In fact, I have some of my clients who I've worked for in the past. And when I look at their stores that they've set up, they've gotten like 25 apps on their store. Well, that might seem like a nice number, but do you really need so many apps? Now listen, there are thousands of choices to choose from. If you go to whatever Shopify apps, if you go to apps.shopify.com, you'll be able to see thousands of options, all sorts of apps, whether it's related to marketing, or related to upsells or pop-ups, conversion rates, getting emails, all sorts of apps, right? But do you need all of them? Which ones do you need? And when should you add your apps? Now, there are a few considerations that you need to have in place. The first one is that app slowing your site down? There are a lot of apps built by a lot of developers, but because Shopify is such an open platform and it basically allows a lot of developers to launch their own apps. So you get several developers who have like poorly coded apps and they are just doing well on the Shopify store. So why do you really need those apps, and which ones do you need? In this video, I will be uncovering all of those mysteries for you guys. So it's very important, pay close attention. Now listen, why I am talking about this is we've done 15,000 in sales. We're pretty much a 6-figure store now. As we keep growing and scaling, I'm hoping we take it to a 7-figure store soon in the future. But even now that we are a 6-figure store, we're doing upwards of $8,000-9,000 a month in sales. Even then, I only have a handful of apps. So if you're just starting out, especially if you're just starting out, do you even need any apps? That's the main question I'm going to answer in this video. And which apps do you need? So all of this will be covered in this video. If you're ready, let me just head over to my computer and tell you all about apps and which ones you need on your store. Excited? Let's do this.
All right, folks, it's time to start talking about those apps. Now, if you go to apps.shopify.com, you're going to see so many apps. It's just a barrage of apps in there, like tools, marketing, sales, product sourcing, customer service, social media. What? What's all of this? Now, in this video, I'm going to break it down for you and tell you the entire concept about apps. All right? Now, because there are so many apps, so you might be tempted to basically add every single app to your store and be like, all right, this is going to get me more sales. All right, this is going to help me with my marketing. All right, this is going to help me with my customer support and whatnot. Now, you need to remember a few things. Keep it super simple. The KISS method is at play right here, guys. Let me show you the apps I've got on my store right now. Literally, I'm going to reveal to you all the apps I have and break it down for you guys. Now, for all of these apps, right, there are a few that I actually don't use, so I'll probably be deleting them. But the only apps I have installed are the ones that are like super important. The ones that are not so important are only the ones that I've installed that don't install any other code on my store. Now, the only problem I have with apps is that, let's say, for example, let's look at this one, right? In-cart upsell. So if I wasn't using this app, all right, if I just installed it on my store and I wasn't using this, even then, even if you're not using this app, as soon as you install this app on your store, it basically puts up a JavaScript and a CSS file. Don't get into the nitty-gritties of it, but basically it just bloats up your store. All right. So if you actually look at your store, if you right click and view page source, you'll be able to see, let me search it for you guys, js.js and .css. All right, so you see .css, and then you've got .js. So you've got so many JavaScript files that are loaded, and because if you have like several apps that are loaded to your store, they're all going to install their piece of code and it's going to bloat over your site. It's going to make it super slow for you guys. All right. So here's my golden rule. When you're getting started, if this is your first store, you haven't gotten a single sale yet, you know what this dashboard should look like. Of course, if you've got Oberlo or Zero for fulfillment of your products, that app is fine. But apart from that, you shouldn't have any other app on your store. That's it. Now I know you might be tempted to think, all right, but what if I get abandoned checkouts? Dude, you haven't started any ads. You haven't gotten any sales so far. What are you going to do with abandonment checkout? All right. So especially if you're following my concept of just using free, not going for free plus shipping, and just following the free shipping concept where you just mark up the prices in your shipping prices. So you won't get a lot of abandonment people as well. Like so far, I have gotten hardly like I don't know, about 100 abandonments so far, and I've been running my store for 2 months and spent like thousands on ads. So if you've not started so far, you don't need abandonment protector plus or whatever, right? Now, Crush Pics. Now, Crush Pics is for optimization of your images. All right. So you need to, if you upload your product images and you need to crush them and make them smaller, this is what you need. Now, again, when you're starting off, I don't want you to like obsess about making it like 100 page score or making it like the fastest website on the internet. Not required. Your first goal should be to get those sales, get something in the door. I installed this app after like about 2 or 3 weeks of running into my store. All right. Now, custom cat fulfillment is for my hybrid store concept. I'll be telling you all about that in December, which brings me to, guys, December is going to be an amazing month because I'm going to be revealing like literally the kind of value you're going to receive on this channel, the kind of videos I'm going to pull out. It's going to be like thousands of dollars in value just with that training that I've planned for you guys. It's all planned, it's all in the works, and I am so excited about what's going to happen in December. All right. So with that said, now Facebook product feed, I don't really use it. I think I might be deleting it in the future. But again, this does not install any code on my store. Frequently bought together upsell does install a code, and I'll be showing you a demo of this. I'll also be showing you a demo of the in-cart upsell. These are the only 2 upsell apps. I have tested a bunch of them. These are the only 2 that I use. You also have Instagram shop, which I installed for my shout marketing concept. I might remove it because I'm not that into shout marketing. When I do get into shout marketing, I probably will have it. But again, this app does not install any bloatware on my site. Now, Kit is a very interesting app. It's built by the Shopify team. It's built to handle some of your marketing activities. The reason I like Kit is because it's built by Shopify, so it's like completely integrated with several other apps like retargeting apps, and even the orderly emails, which I'll be telling you about, is integrated with Kit. Kit actually sends you messages on Messenger telling you, all right, this is how much you sold, and if you want to send a thank you email, should I send a thank you email? And you'll be like, yeah, sure. And then it sends a thank you email to your customers. So it's pretty cool that way. So you can definitely install this app, but don't go for the marketing, like don't go for the ads that Kit wants to create for you. Kit will always come back and tell you, all right, guys, listen, we've got like 6,000 store visits to our store this week. Do you want me to set up a retargeting campaign? You'll be like, no. Handle all your ads manually. Don't let Kit do the work for your ads, because they just set up like random, like generic ads. It just doesn't work. I've tested it out, at least 5 or 6 campaigns. None of them have worked for me. Now, Lucky Orange is what I use for like spying on my website visitors. I like to spy on you guys when you come browsing on Common Panda. All right. So that is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I use this one. Now I know there's hotjar.com as well that lets you spy on visitors. I like Lucky Orange. It's like $10 a month. I think that's cool. Mailchimp is the direct integration for building up my email list with this. So this is, again, this does not install like a huge amount of code, just a small script for tracking. So this is fine. Orderly emails is pretty neat because you're able to set up like customizable email templates that go out to your customers, like order notifications and shipping notifications. All those notification emails, you're able to set them up inside orderly emails as well. Here, let me just quickly show you guys. Now I'll show you the email template that I have installed on my Common Panda store. So it basically lets you create these beautiful little templates that you can use. So as you can see, this order confirmation email, it looks really, really good on your mobile phones and on your on your desktop and your tablets as well. So pretty good order notifications, shipping notifications. It's a one-time fee of $47. You design it once, you leave it be. Again, this does not install any other bloatware on my store. Velio is the other app that does install some code, but it has resulted in so many extra sales that I highly recommend it. Now I know there are other apps like Privy and all of those. I have tried it out. I didn't like them. I just go with Velio, keeping it simple. And then of course Zero Off is for order fulfillment. Again, this does not install any other bloatware. So very few of these apps actually install some bloatware. Now I've seen some of my client stores and they have like, oh my God. I just load up the store and they're like 50 apps installed on their store. And I'm like, you haven't gotten a single sale yet and you've got so many apps, dude. Come on. So you don't need all of these apps. The only ones you need are either Oberlo or Dropify or ZeroUp or whatever you're using for your automation of adding products and for fulfillment. That's it. When you're starting off, that's the only app you need. Don't go into Velio. You don't need to increase your conversion rates. First, you need some conversions in order to increase your conversion rate, right? You need some sales. Then once you start getting sales, then you start installing some other apps that help you with the process. And again, don't go on like a app shopping spree by going to shop this sort by popular and be like, whoa, let's do this. All right, let me just recommend it for you. Boom, let me install, see what this, all right, install. Don't do all of that. You don't need to do all of this. All right, I know it can be pretty distracting because there's just so many of them. Now I want to tell you about this important concept right here. All right, so there are two different ways of approaching this. Now, because my theme, it depends on the theme, right? So here's the thing. If your theme is already conversion optimized, so then you don't need several of the apps. But if your theme isn't conversion optimized, then you need some external apps that were not installed on my store as well. So what do I mean by conversion optimized? Now, here are some of the things that I actually use inside my booster theme. I'm using the booster theme, as you probably already know. So this is, you see the bar at the top, there's a little black bar at the top. So that black bar is one of the inbuilt features of the theme, of the booster theme. So you've got the product title here, you've got the images. So you have a timer here that shows up, right? It basically to increase some scarcity. So this is the only other thing that I use. Now I know there are several other apps. Don't comment on the video and be like, but dude, there's like this pop-up notification that comes in the bottom of recent purchases. There are these pop-up notifications that happen. There are all these upsell apps. There is this, there's that. I don't want to hear any of that. I have tested many of them out. They just don't make a dent in your conversions. They might increase your conversions by like 1 or 2%, by like 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.5% for a day or two. But then in the long run, you want to keep your store as simple as possible, or you don't want like a bunch of apps that are just bloating up your site. So if you have like 10 apps, one is for this bar, one is for recent purchases, one is for the pop-up, one is for the countdown timer. You've got probably a related products one as well. You've got in-cart upsell, you've got post checkout upsell, you've got like bunch of like apps that you have installed on your store, and all of them are injecting like .js, .css, all these files on your store, right? And then you've got like 500 files that have to be loaded on your store in order for the page to get loaded up. Think about from a customer perspective. People are browsing on their mobile phones. They're just browsing on Facebook and they're just browsing, and then they see your ad, they click through, and your site even doesn't load up because it's taken like 3 seconds or 4 seconds for your site to load it up. They'll hit the back button faster than you can say, what? So that's what happens, and you don't need that. You don't need so many apps. Keep it simple, guys. So if you have a conversion booster theme, then that's automatically you don't need to install all of these. But even if you don't have a conversion booster theme, the only other app apart from the ones that I have installed that I would recommend for you guys would be this timer. That's it. The scarcity timer, that's the only one I would recommend apart from the ones I just showed you. That's it. So this is the only difference you have to remember. All right, be a happy guy. Don't confuse yourself. Be a happy guy. Let me just draw a happy guy right here. Yeah, this guy looks so happy. So the only way you'll be happy is once you make those sales, yo. So if you want those sales coming in, then you will definitely need to look like pay attention to the apps. Let me save this for you guys so that I can show this to you later. All right, hold on. It's going to be 4.9. All right. So again, don't bloat. So let me show you the apps that I've gotten here. So this is of course a conversion boosted theme already. So this little bar at the top, this one is built inside the theme. Now this timer thingy here, this is probably the only one. There's apps like FOMO that will help you do this, so go for that. You can of course check out demos of other apps on the store. So if you go to the app store and then you check out FOMO and then you don't like it, then you can even go for Hurrify or something like that. There's even like there are several other apps like that, so you can test them out, whichever works best for you. Now here's the thing I would recommend for you guys. No, so sorry. FOMO is for those purchase notifications. You want Hurrify, sorry. So you want Hurrify for that countdown timer. And of course, there are other related apps similar to Hurrify as well that help you achieve that same thing. FOMO is for those like little pop-up notifications. You don't want that, definitely. Trust me on that. Now, here's the thing. Now, if you're testing multiple apps out, let's say you're one of those testing guys, like you like to experiment with different apps. So you test out Hurrify, you test out a bunch of other countdown timers, you disable Hurrify, you install another one, you disable that, you install another one, you finally find a countdown timer that you like, all right? So what do? You let it run, right? But here's what a lot of people forget doing. You need to delete the apps that you're not using. If you have installed 5 countdown timer apps and you're just using one of them, why are the other 4 even existing on your store? Right? Delete them. Seriously, just hit the just delete that button right there and just delete that app. All right. And of course, like the more apps you have, the more you're going to pay, right? Many of these apps are paid on the Shopify store. So if you're paying like monthly fee, then why would you want those apps installed on your store anyways? So this is what I want to tell you guys about. And I want to show you the other upsell app. So this is the frequently bought together upsell app that I have set up on my store. Now this is something that has resulted in a few sales, so I'll keep this one on. I also have the in-cart upsell app that I've already covered in one of the videos. You can basically set up, once a person heads over to the cart page, it shows an upsell product that they can choose if they want to, right? So in-cart upsell is another one that I recommend for upsells. Now, before you go and say, but dude, they're like Boost, there's just so many upsell apps. There are just things like, let me search for you guys. If you just search for upsell, right, just check this out. Smart upsells, discounted upsells, ultimate upsells, products upsells, upsell hero, in-cart upsell, bundle upsell, cart convert, unlimited upsell, boost sale. I know this can be confusing, guys. That's why I'm here telling you guys, don't complicate things. Keep it simple. When you're starting off, you don't need an upsell app, all right? So here's the rule, all right? Let me just make this up. Unless you've gotten like 20 sales, you're not going to install any app apart from ZeroUp, Oberlo, or Dropify, or whatever you're using for adding products and for fulfillment. And you can install Mailchimp or whatever you're using for your email integration. That's it. You don't need any other app. All right. That's the rule for you guys. Now, once you have gotten those 20 sales, then you start installing app one by one. Don't go on an app shopping spree and be like, boom, 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 install. Please don't do that. All right. So keep it simple, keep it clean. And all right. So before I head over to the next one, I want to tell you guys about something really interesting. So we are doing the episode number 10 is going to be a creative episode. So I actually sat down with my video guy and we planned up a very, very nice video for you guys. I'm going to let it be a surprise, but it's going to be a short little sketch, a skit kind of a thing. So keep a watch out for episode number 10 when it comes out. I am so excited for that. It's going to be amazing. All right. So with that said, this is me signing out of my computer.
All right, guys. Now listen. Comment #RithoTribe if you enjoyed this, if you will be following the strategies I've told you about these Shopify apps on your store. The second thing you have to do is hit like, give me that love, and also make sure you're subscribed to the Flying Start online channel if you are not already. Now, there are two things that you need to do. First off is, if you've missed any session so far, just head over to the videos tab where you'll be able to see a collection of all the videos that we have done so far. And in those sessions, if you've missed anything, we have done the first sales series, we have done shout marketing, we've even done the Black Friday and Cyber Monday in BIZATHON number 4. In BIZATHON 3, we have completely built up a Shopify store from scratch. All of that is available for free on the Flying Start Online channel. The second thing is, all of the recordings and summaries that have happened in each of these videos are all published on flyingstartonline.com. All right, so that's where you need to go if you want to have a neat little summary of whatever we have covered. Easy to digest, easy to execute and follow. All right, now I hope you found value in this. So I'll be seeing you in episode number 10 really soon.